Hi and welcome to the 5%ers Club with me, Daniela, and my wonderful friend here, Nathan. Today we're going to be reviewing some of the key lessons we've learned whilst doing a reading challenge. We set the goal sometime last year to focus on reading a book a week, and we've managed to read a hell of a lot. I don't know the actual number of books that we've read actually. We maybe should try and quantify that.
Yeah.
But of the books that we've read, I wanted to share a few of the key lessons from some of the significant books. So the first one, Ray Kroc, Grinding It Out, was for me a phenomenal book. And this was a book that we read recently. We finished this about 2 weeks ago. But something that really resonated with me was a quote that Ray, if you don't know who he is, definitely check out the book, The Making of McDonald's. So he is the visionary, not necessarily the founder, behind McDonald's. So a fantastic entrepreneur, as I'm sure you can imagine. But in the book he says, press on. Nothing in the world can take the place of persistence. Talent will not. Nothing is more common than unsuccessful men with talent. Genius will not. The world is full of educated derelicts. Persistence and determination alone are omnipotent. Believing in yourself and resilience were the key messages I felt in this book, and I think that quote specifically
Like just crystallizes
it's
that,
like it slapped me in the face that actually it's true. It doesn't matter how, and we spoke about this briefly in the last video, you can be very talented, you can work hard, there's many qualities that you can have, but why are you laughing?
It's that quote, the world is full of educated derelicts.
That's what I mean. It's that there's so many educated people out here who are just wasting life. And there's another book that we read about, who was that? Was it in The Outliers? Or was it? I can't remember what book.
Saying what?
There was a guy that was a genius, but he just wasted his life. Yeah, in The Outliers. And it's true. You can have all the education in the world, but if you do not have persistence and determination, if you face any sort of obstacle, it's just going to throw you off your path, and you're not going to achieve what it is that you set your mind to. And I think,
and just on that point, determination is something that like anyone can have, you know what I mean? Like you can be born, or you can have access to education, and your kid and your parents can like give you the best start in life, or you can be born with a silver spoon in your mouth. But like determination is something that anyone can get at any point in their life. This guy started McDonald's at 52.
I think that in itself is motivation.
Like 52. That's crazy. And he turned it into this thing. So like the determination thing is just like, it's democratic. Like no one, you can't, there's no way that I can get that you can have more motivation than me, or someone can have more motivation than you. Like you can have as much of it as you want. There's like a well of abundant, you know what I mean?
Yeah, you just need determination to tap into it. And as a lesson, I say to tap into it, you need to focus on what it is that you want and have that as a visual picture. I always tell the clients that I work with, map out a vision board, stick it on your wall, look at it every single day. And on those days where you're like, oh, I don't want to do that, that's what you need to focus on.
Well, that's your why. That's what I think you need to figure out first. Like, why am I doing this? Because as you said, there will be dark times. There will be times where you're like, damn, can I do this? I'm not good enough. Should I quit, etc. And that time you need to look back to your why. Why are you doing this? You know what I mean? I'm doing this for freedom. I'm doing this to be my own boss. I'm doing this for my family, my future. Like, what is everyone has a different why. But you need to go back to that in those difficult times. And
work it out. And I know when I ran my first business, I had many days, times, weeks where I'm like, this is too much. I don't want to do this anymore. I need some money. I want to go shopping. I want to go on holiday. It's not fair. But it was just reprogramming, regrouping. Actually, what are you doing this for? And now, looking back in hindsight, I'm very grateful that I didn't give up. And it didn't work out the way I wanted to. But the lessons that I learned couldn't have been learned had I just given up at the first hurdle. So moving along quickly, the next book, E-Myth, and was there a specific page? No, there wasn't a specific page. The quote,
all of it.
The book E-Myth by Michael E. Gerber, fantastic book, definitely recommend it. Especially get this book if you are someone that's running a business, doing something that you specifically love. And I say this because I know many people that run businesses that do things that they love. So, for example, baking, or making clothes, or doing hair. And I think this book specifically deals with those people to say, actually, that's fabulous, but if it's just you doing it forever, you're not going to get anywhere. So I definitely would recommend that for that. But
Why? Well, we can spend an hour just talking about this book alone because I love this book. But go on, what are you talking about?
Basically, they're saying that the technician is the person that does. So if you're a baker, you're the technician because you bake the cake. If you build a business as a technician, you're building the business with you at the center as the cake baker. How do you grow? What happens if overnight everybody loves your cakes and now you've got 1,000 customers? It's physically impossible for you on your own to bake all those cakes.
What happens if you get sick?
To deal with the demand. If you get sick, the business is closed. So then what happens, he says that people take on other people and outsource bits of the work, but they don't have processes, they don't check. And then those pieces of the business start to fall down, then they go back and start doing it again. And actually, it's just an ever-going cycle and they don't ever make it any further.
Yeah.
But the quote that I wanted to share is, it is self-evident that businesses, like people, are supposed to grow, and with growth comes change. Unfortunately, most businesses are not run according to this principle. Instead, most businesses are operated according to what the owner wants as opposed to what the business needs. There was a page, I know there's a page 36. And it's true. What does the owner want? The owner wants, if they're a baker, I want to bake cakes. But is that what your business needs? Because you physically can only bake so many cakes. Your business is not going to grow. And just quickly to go, page 36, if you are going to buy this book or if you want to read a free section online, I think you should buy it.
Must buy book.
But he's talking about this idea, in infancy you are the business. It's even named after you: Joe's Place, Tommy's Joint, Mary's Fine Foods. So the customer won't forget you're the boss. But as soon if you're lucky, all the sweat, worry and work begins to pay off. You're good, you work hard, the customers don't forget, they're coming back, they're sending friends, they're all talking about you, and you love it. But then it changes subtly at first, but gradually it becomes obvious you're falling behind. There's more work to do than you can possibly get done. The customers are relentless. Then they want you, they need you, you've spoiled them for anyone else, and you're working at breakneck speed. So I'm not going to read all of it, but I just think that section, I know so many business owners that relates to specifically, and they're not thinking about how do I remove myself from that scenario. And actually that's what, as a business owner or as an entrepreneur, because I shared a thing the other day saying there's a difference to me between an entrepreneur and someone that owns a business, and I think this book is the difference. If you're trying to be an entrepreneur, this book is what you need to read. If you're just trying to run a business, then keep doing what you're doing.
And the reason why it's so important is because, the reason why you need to create systems and processes and remove yourself from the business is so that you can get the business in a position to be sold. Because are you going to be working in your business for the rest of your time? He says most businesses, most entrepreneurs want to be in a position where they can sell their business at some point in time. The only reason why someone will buy your business is if they look at it and go, yeah, okay, that can be replicated here. That can be replicated here. All I need to do is take the blueprint, thank you very much, and do that here, and I've got the same thing, right? They can't do that if everyone has a different way of doing your work, right? If you hire someone, it's like, oh, okay, I think I'll do it this way. It's like, no, this is the way that we do things here. There's a process, there's a system, right? It's the same. It leads on fantastically.
I was waiting for you to say actually.
It leads on fantastically.
It starts so Ray Kroc built the process as franchise business with McDonald's. This person tells you why you should do that. And then the final book, because I think we should just scrap that one because there's a theme here.
Okay.
The Millionaire Fast Lane, which basically tells you not only that you should and why you should, but the benefits of doing so and the problem with why you're doing what you're doing, how you're doing it.
Okay. I'm not sure if that made sense, but I get it.
So the quote in here, which is not a quote, there is a quote, but there's many. But page 46 in The Millionaire Fast Lane by MJ DeMarco. Normalcy is the rat race, a modern day slavery. I think that alone is impactful enough, but I will expand. Why am I wealthy versus the guy stuck in morning traffic driving to work? I have freedom. I wake up and do what I want. I pursue dreams. This is the author talking, by the way. I write this book without worrying how many will sell. I hop a plane to Las Vegas for 2 weeks without worrying about jobs, bosses, or unpaid electric bills. Freedom is fantastic. Yet my lifestyle is not normal. Like wealth society, through its get-rich-slow mandates, has defined normal for you. Normal is waking at 6 a.m, fighting traffic and working 8 hours. Normal is to slave at a job Monday through Friday, save 10% and repeat for 50 years. That's if you even save 10%, many don't. Normal is to buy everything on credit. Normal is to believe the illusion that the stock market will make you rich. Normal is to believe that a faster car and a bigger house will make you happy. I think a bigger house will make me difficult.
For the short term, in the short term.
You're conditioned to accept normal based on society's already corrupted definition of wealth, and because of it, normal itself is corrupted. Normal is modern day slavery.
Wow.
I feel like I should have that printed out and stuck like everywhere I go, because I think that perfectly articulates, and we've mentioned this before, what I've been trying to say to people for the past how many years. It is modern day slavery.
Yeah.
And there's no get out apart from retirement. I don't want to wait till retirement to get out. And even if I choose not to sell my business but to take a back seat and let somebody else run it, but I still own it, I'm still planning on getting out.
Yeah.
And I think everybody should.
Yeah.
And how do you get out? By building businesses based on processes and franchise-based businesses.
Wow. Yeah, true. Those three. Yeah, that's a very good point. Yeah, those three work really well together in tandem.
Yeah.
No, it's really good. Okay, so you're not going to touch on Outliers?
I don't know.
Because it's outside the scope.
I think this is showing off. So if you haven't got these books, buy them. All three of them. Read them in whichever order. Well, I would recommend you read them in any order, because I think all of them are impactful. But Millionaire Fastlane, MJ DeMarco. E-Myth Revisited by Michael E. Gerber. My problem is trying to remember the names of the authors, actually. And then Grinding Out by Ray Kroc. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel, The 5 Percenters. If you are watching on YouTube, please press the like and the subscribe button and share. Please join our Facebook page, Elevate Reading Group. And if you have a book that you've read that you'd like to recommend, drop us a message and we will, if it looks like a good book, we'll add it to the list. Thanks for watching.
Bye.